Hey homeschool friends, today's video is going to be a recap of our summer school. So how we've been doing or keeping up with school during the 2024 summer break. All right, if you are new to my channel, I have 4 kids. My oldest is 10 going into 5th grade. My second child is 8 going into 2nd grade. My third child is 5 going into kindergarten. And then I have a 3-year-old, almost 4-year-old. And this summer and every summer, we always do a bunch of reading. So we do like a reading chart and the kids will fill that out, and then we always take them to an amusement park at the end of the summer for whoever reached or completed their reading chart. So super fun. But we also do something called the Mom Store. And I have a whole entire video about that already on my channel. And so I will link that down below. It's a reward system. My kids love it. It's been amazing in our homeschool. We've used the Mom Store for like probably 5 years or so now. So it's a staple in our home. We use it year round. So I'll link that video in the description box. It's probably one of my favorite videos that I've made, but it doesn't get a lot of views, but that's okay. I think it's really helpful. At least it's been helpful in our home. But today I'm going to be showing you guys what we've been doing for schoolwork. So we have been doing rotations. So I've been setting up 3 different stations in our home every day. We have one station that is here in the kitchen, and the child will sit with me. And while I am sitting with that child, another child will be upstairs in a room and they'll be doing their scripture study. And then the other child, the 3rd rotation, is piano. And so I'm gonna be sharing what we're doing, what each child has been working on with me. And then I'll share, I have this basket up here, our scripture study stuff. And then for piano, I don't think I really need to share too much about this, but we use an app called Simply Piano. It's awesome. And my kids just take the iPad and they work on piano solo, and it's been really fun for them. They've really enjoyed it. So there's a keyboard in mine and my husband's bedroom, and so they just go in there and they practice piano there. So let's go ahead and I'll show you everything in this cart and then in our basket as well. Okay, here is a quick glance at our current homeschool cart, which is gonna be changing really soon. I'm gonna be putting kindergarten stuff in here in the next couple weeks. All right, so each station is 20 minutes long. So the kids are with me for 20 minutes working on whatever they need to be working on. And so I'll start with my oldest, he's 10, and he's been working on All About Spelling. So we've been doing All About Spelling level 2. We did the first level last summer, and we've just been working our way through, making sure that he's not missing anything. So that's what he's been working on. There's an activity book that goes along with it if you wanna get that. He also keeps track of his writing in a little composition book, or I just have him write on this whiteboard. So there's lines on one side, blank on the other side. There is a spelling or box that goes along with the program, just down here. So this houses all the different spelling words, and then some key cards, which are the rules, some sound cards, some phonogram cards. And so we just work our way through these as well. Next, I work with my 8-year-old. So when he comes down, we actually did this program here, which is Addition Facts That Stick. This is a 6-week program. We finished this already. We mostly just wanted to keep up with his addition and subtraction stuff. So we finished this, and then I just pulled out his old, if you guys remember this from some of my other videos, we just pulled out his old Singapore primary mathematics, and he's actually almost completely done with this. We're just finishing up the tail end, working through that. And then I actually pulled out some of his other old stuff, because sometimes it's fun to not only do math, but to mix it up a little bit. So we've been doing his old Explode the Code and his Skill Sharpeners Geography. And so these also, he's almost done with all of these as well. So we're just finishing up these old workbooks, which is kind of fun to complete and finish everything off. And then last, I work with my kindergartner, or my soon-to-be kindergartner, and he's been working his way through All About Reading. And so we've been switching off between reading and math every other day. So we've done All About Reading, and there is also his reader here. He has his activity book. For reading, we also have this Abeka Letters and Sounds book. And then for math, we've been working our way through The Good and the Beautiful, Math Level K. He's about halfway through currently. He really loves this book, and so he often asks to do 2 lessons a day. And then there's also a math activity box in there. And to go along with our All About Reading, he also has this little box with all of his little flashcards and phonogram cards in there. Now, before I move on to, this next shelf down here and show you what's in here, let me show you real quick. For All About Reading, if you go onto their website, they do have a bunch of free printable games that you can do. My son loves this one. It's a pirate one. And so I have a bunch of game pieces in here, and so we will play games and stuff when we do the flashcards or when there's fluency sheets, because fluency sheets can be kind of boring sometimes. And so highly recommend going onto their website, downloading some of their free games and just making it more fun. So let me go ahead and show you in the bottom sections now. So this other stuff down here are things that we just pull out every once in a while. So you saw the boxes and the game pieces. There's some handwriting things in here, some little chalkboards and some dry erase cards. Then we have some extra math things. So there's like a hundreds frame or hundreds chart, and then some 10 and 20 frames, some games, tangram, templates, those things are in here. We have our pencil box. And so this just has all your typical pencil box things, some pencils, dry erase markers, some glue and scissors. The playing cards were from the Edition Facts That Stick. They just stayed in there. We've got some little math cubes, some flashcards, and then some little readers. So we have Passion to Learning, Reading a Booster, all these things, just to mix it up a little bit. So that is everything that's in our cart from the summer. And the last thing I want to show you guys is our scripture basket. And so this year we are studying the Book of Mormon. Last year it was New Testament. Year before that it was Old Testament. So we just rotate through the different books of scriptures. Those of you that don't know, the Book of Mormon is just another testament of Jesus Christ. I know there's a lot of misconceptions about the Book of Mormon and where it came from and what it is exactly. Like a lot of people think it was written by Joseph Smith, which is not true. So if you ever have any questions about it, feel free to ask. I'd love to clarify things for you because it's really an amazing book. So what the kids do when they come to this station is they grab this little timer and they'll set it for about 10 minutes, depending on their age, and they'll read from the scriptures first, and then they'll grab their workbook. And each workbook is a little bit different depending on the kid's age. So this is like for the younger kids. And so they'll go ahead and read or do an activity in here. And then once they're done with that, they have extra time. They can read through like these magazines, or there's some like Book of Mormon stories back here. And so my youngest, not my youngest child, but my youngest who does the rotation, my 5-year-old, he can't really do this on his own. And so when it's his turn to do this station, he usually just plays, and then I'll go ahead and do this with him later. I also have this in here, this little pouch, and it has some colored pencils, some glue sticks, some scissors, all in here. So the things that they need for their workbook. And so once they're done with this, then they go to the piano and they just rotate through with me, scripture, piano. So we just do those 3 rotations and then they're done. So it takes us about an hour to get through all those rotations, which is kind of amazing because then the kids have like finished all their stuff and then we can go and have fun. There have been tantrums before in the past. For the most part, the kids have been pretty positive about it. My 3-year-old does wander sometimes and get into trouble. She kind of hangs out usually with me around the kitchen table, but sometimes, you know, toddlers, they get into stuff. So it's not perfect, but for the most part, it's been really good. And I feel like we've been able to stay up on stuff and work with the kids. And especially fun for me because I don't homeschool my 2 oldest ones. They currently attend an in-person charter school. So it's fun for me to get to work alongside them and to spend that time learning with them and making sure they're doing okay. But anyway, if you have any additional questions, please put them in the comment section below and I will try to get back to you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.